Yasminaalmosawi, they've got to have us, various panoramas, the Charlotte Show, and mine's gone blank. Why do men earn more than women? Best piece of advice I ever received was, no matter what happens, everything works out in the end. It might not be how you expected it, or might not be how you wanted it to be, but it works out, and you need to just go for it. Like, if people tell you that you can't do something, that's all the more reason to prove them wrong. Can I swear?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, fuck them. Just go for it. Just go for it. I've had many an incident where people have told me that I can't do something, from family to friends to employers, to walking into an edit suite when I'm a fully fledged editor and a guy telling me, simply just by looking at me, that I'm not what he wants for the job, before I've even put in settings or anything like that. But that's something that you have to accept as a young woman in this industry, doing a job that is predominantly male and middle-aged, unfortunately. So I do fast turnaround, so they tend to be very stressful. I'll give an example, I won't say the show, but it was a show that had been edited over a couple of weeks. It had been a show that had been edited over a couple of weeks, and basically the outcome it wasn't the outcome that the show had wanted in the news. So I was brought in and I had to change 4 weeks' work within 48 hours so it could make deadline. And that's 12-hour shift rotations, 12-hour, but you're working. It's like a well-oiled machine, let's say. When you have that much work and that little time, you can't really let kind of emotions or tiredness or all those kind of things get to you. You can deal with it after. You need to get what's been put in front of you done and worry about everything else later. You've got 48 hours, so you need to get it done, really.
Okay, so break down for us how you managed to put a lid on those emotions. And
you just have to stay focused. You just have to stay focused, because at the end of the day, I always think all the people that have been part of the production, from production managers, coordinators, runners, cameramen, audio guys, directors, drivers, all these people and all the money that's gone into it, it's at that stage it's on your head. And if it doesn't make it in time, especially for this particular broadcaster, it's really not that good, I guess. I did a course at university, Portsmouth University. It was okay. It wasn't great. The only thing that was kind of good is that we learned how to use Avid, and that, as an editor, for me, that was invaluable. So when I came into the industry as a runner, I kind of smashed my way through doors, not because anyone gave me those opportunities, but I worked in a facility within a production house, and any time a job would come up where there wasn't enough people who could do it, I'd just be like, I know how to do it. And I was lucky enough that I had that, so I could jump in and be like, I can do that. And every single thing that I've done in my career has followed those kinds of steps, even from, say, doing online fixes for the Cube, which is a graphics heavy show. I did that when I was a junior edit assistant, because I literally pushed my way to do that. But things can be different from working in a production house, where sometimes the funds aren't there to bring in an online editor or to bring in anyone else, to a facility. I never worked as a runner in a facility, so I can't really say what that's like. I started as a runner on production while I was at university, so I worked on set but it wasn't what I wanted to do, and I finally found a place. But yeah, I was a runner there for 6 months, maybe 6 months. But yeah, I pushed my way through it. And other runners who had like short films that they wanted to do, I'd borrow their edit facilities and I would cut their films for them. And yeah, it was, you've got to push through. Otherwise, you can't just you can't just wait for opportunity to fall into your lap. It doesn't work that way. In my experience, anyway. I think, so I've had a lot of jobs where I never used to use After Effects before, but I do now. Because I had lots of jobs saying they wanted After Effects experience. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to get lynda.com and teach myself just the basics for the moment. And then from there you can, because with After Effects there's so many things that you can do, and you can do the same thing in very different ways. So you can, just like with your Avid settings, you can tailor it to your own needs, to yourself. So like anytime that happens, it's lynda.com. Lynda.com is literally the best.